Marisa from Marisa Moments. Today is Thursday, May 7th of 2015, and I'm bringing you today's visions. So there were two visions again today, and the first vision basically was of a woman that was attacked by two people. Fast forward from the attack, she was very bruised and battered, obviously, and so she was walking through a subway station with her partner, and when they got there, they went to go purchase their tickets. They go to the man behind the counter, who's an older man, and he takes a look at her, like he really looks at her, and it's almost to the point where she feels slightly uncomfortable. But then he goes around from behind the desk where he's at, and he goes to the separate platform where he goes to print like a special ticket for her. At that point, he tells them to follow him. Now, obviously, they're feeling quite uneasy about this, so he does say that he wants to take her to, take them, but mainly focusing on her, to like this healing room. And it's a secret healing room, so she needs a special ticket in order to access it. So he goes to the wall, and like the wall kind of like moves away, so it is literally a hidden room. And once they go in there, there's a woman sitting kind of like at a reception desk, and it had like a really spa feel to it. But when she was there, the woman tells her, okay, now you can pick any oil that you want. What the purpose of the oil is, it's going to provide healing from within. Well, it's going to heal within. The actual healing in itself is going to work to heal like the bruises and the physical injuries. So she takes a look at this wall, shelf wall, almost like if you're in a nail salon picking out a nail color. And her eye is drawn to what's called dragon's blood. And before she can go to say that this is what she wants, because in her mind, she wants dragon's blood because she feels it's going to bring out her intuition and her prophetic gifts and things like that. So that way she'd be able to foresee any potential dangers that would be coming down the road. So and henceforth, avoiding any type of situation similar to the one that she had just found herself in. So anyway, the woman behind the counter interrupts her, and she suggests another oil. And she says, well, this oil is basically for people who constantly give and give and give of themselves and have a very strong problem with being able to let go of those that are unable or unwilling, should I say, to kind of reciprocate that giving. If this is for someone, and I'm stuttering now, but struggles with the inability to let go of those who are unable to or unwilling to reciprocate the love that is given to them. So in other words, not necessarily saying that if I give you something, you have to give in return, but instead thinking of those that, constantly give and give and give, but then they seem to attract those that look to take and take and take, as opposed to, okay, I'll take a little bit, but then let me give a little bit too, type deal. So then the receptionist, or the woman working behind the counter, just basically asks if she finds herself doing for others, just as I said, but has a hard time walking away for those who don't do the same. And the woman just kind of nods her head and silently, and I could feel like her pain and the burden behind even just acknowledging that this is who she is and how she does, because the pain for her is more so about letting people go. And that is what this specific oil that this woman was recommending was to do, to help people let go. So the lesson behind this for me is, obviously it's kind of straightforward, but at the same time, I feel that it also goes to show that we must be willing to accept help and or guidance in many forms. Sometimes we think we know what is best for us, when in fact there's that symbolic woman behind the desk that knows what is truly appropriate for us. And sometimes we just have to shut our mouths and be able to listen and receive that in order to grow to where we need to be and to reach our destiny. Make sense? Okay. All right, so this one was pretty quick. Basically, there was like this big storm, rainstorm, tornado, hurricane, something of that sort that brings like a lot of water. And in the aftermath, there were people kind of walking through their apartment to figure out like what's still good, what has to be fixed, or whatever the situation may be. So as they're walking through, first they come across like these plants. And these are kind of like Home Depot type plants where you purchase them with the notion of transplanting them down the road into like your garden or, pots or wherever you're going to put them. So they look at these plants and they see that they bought them and they've had them for a while, but they never transplanted them to where they intended. Now, as they continue walking, they come across an aquarium, a small aquarium, small fish tank, and they had completely forgotten that they even owned fish. So this goes to show how much care they were taking of these poor fish. Somehow they miraculously were still alive, and as they kind of talked, the couple talked to each other, they were like, oh.
So they asked each other, when was the last time you feed this poor fish? And neither one could remember. So they fed him. And then the woman realized that she wanted to go on ahead and transfer the fish into the larger aquarium that they had. However, was she going to wait for her husband to come help? I don't know. We'll see. Now, the previous one, we have to accept help and guidance when it comes, in whatever form it may be. Let's stop waiting for the storms in order to begin planting and feeding our fish. Okay, that sounded a little weird, but I think you get my drift. Anyway, that's it for Visions. Oh, let me remind you, don't forget to buy the book. Hope you're having the best day ever. And yes, this message is for you. Don't forget to contact me. My website is www.marisamoments.com. See you soon.